Dungeon Stalkers is a brand new PvPvE dungeon crawler extraction game that just released yesterday on Steam, and I have a lot to cover because you guys have been asking me what my opinion is of this game. If you don't know me, I'm Firebox, and I have over 5,000 hours in extraction games. My primary focus has been Dark and Darker on my channel. If you want to know if Dungeon Stalkers is worth playing or not, this is going to be the video for you. Let's go ahead and get started. This video is going to be in two separate sections. The first is going to be my own personal overview of Dungeon Stalkers, and the second is going to be some gameplay from stream. So if you want to skip around, feel free to do that. Timestamps will be down below. First, let's get into the types of game modes. It is a little bit different from the playtest. We do still have PvE mode, where you fight AI, but you don't fight other players. You see them in lobby, but you can't fight each other. Quick match, where you fight other players, but when you fight, you do not lose your gear on death. You only lose your items. So it's more of like a PvP light mode. And then ranked mode for solos and trios, where you lose all gear upon death. The difference between last playtest is we didn't have solo ranked. Now we do, but we lost solo quick match. I think overall that's a net positive, but some people might be upset that we can't play solo quick match anymore. It just kind of is what it is. We have some events as well. This kind of reminds me more of a mobile game type event. You just log in for 14 days, and then once you're done, you get some random rewards. And you get rewards for playtime as well. You're going to notice there's a lot of monetization in this game, especially in the store and Season Pass. You also have a bunch of cosmetic bundles that are very expensive. We're going to get into that here in a little bit. We have our Hideout, where you can equip your character, and you have stash space over here on the right hand side. You have your shop that allows you to buy and sell with different merchants, trade that lets you trade with other players in real time, and you are limited to only 3 different sales for the trade window. You have the workshop for crafting different weapons and armor, including legendaries that have special effects, and construction, which is going to be where you upgrade your stash. Very, very grindy. If I had to guess, this is probably going to take hundreds of hours to level up. It's pretty quick at the start to go from level 0 to level 1, and then very quickly it accelerates, taking hours upon hours to go from 1 to 2, and I imagine it's only going to get worse as you go up. So if you like grindy games like this, this is going to be for you. If you don't like the grind, there's a lot of rewards behind it, so you're going to have to kind of make a choice in how much you want to invest in the, construction area of this game. Then we have our different stalkers. We have Hilda, who is our knight. Urud, who is the archer class. Knave, who is the mage. Baron, who is your upfront fighter, kind of like Barbarian from Dark and Darker. Rio, who's your rogue. Plaid, who is your priest. And then Renee, Shinobu, and Leon are your paid classes. You can technically unlock them with adventure tokens, but they're very expensive, and to be honest, the amount of time it's going to take you to grind that is probably 20 to 40 hours for one character. So you can buy them with money. If you played the last playtest, you get Renee for free. I never bought her, but if you unlocked her already, then you have her for free, which is kind of nice. And then you do have your rune system, which is your main skill tree. The issue with the skill tree that I have is that it competes with adventure tokens, and these are used to level up or unlock the different characters. So between leveling and the characters, it's very, very grindy. I can only imagine how much time it's going to take to unlock the runes, the characters, the hideout, construction stuff. Probably a really, really long time. And with that, I want to go ahead and get into the monetization of the game, which again is pretty egregious. So you do have your bundles for skins. If you want a idea of how much this actually costs, 2,400 wish stones is about 35 to 40 bucks. So these skin bundles are, very, very pricey, as you can see. You have a Prime account as well. The monetization, it's layers upon layers here. You have primary matchmaking, where you can matchmake with other Prime accounts only. It's very weird. I don't really know why they wanted to separate players that paid for the game, but kind of just is what it is. You can disable it, but I have a feeling that these prime lobbies are going to be very, very dead. You get 500 wish stones, which is the paid currency. Safe stash expansion, which is here in the loadout at the bottom. If you put something here and die, you don't lose it. You have to pay to get extra slots. And you have growth item packs, which give you items such as weapons, scroll, and consumables. So technically speaking, this game is pay to win. So if you're wondering, you know, is it cosmetic only? The answer is no. This game is definitely in the pay to win category, in my opinion. You also have a membership that is in a 28-day cycle that gives you more safe expansion, additional market slots. So instead of 3 trade, you get 5, which is a pretty good upgrade. Market fee reduced, membership storage, which is in your stash here to give you more stash space, which is really, really good. And dungeon care service plus 2 uses. Not sure what that is, but really, really high quality of life here in this membership. And the fact that you have to pay 600 stones, which is like 10 bucks every month, is pretty crazy considering what you're getting. I don't imagine a lot of people will buy this, but I'm sure someone out there will. There's also utility where you can pay the stones for different boosters to unlock and gain more coins as you play the game. So yeah, you just earn gold faster than other players. And of course, it is a 7-day timer. So on top of paying monthly, you also have to pay weekly for this as well if you want. And there's a season pass with different rewards that you can get. And of course, there is a paid version of the season pass and a premium version of the premium season pass that you can buy on the right-hand side. So yeah, lots and lots of monetization. I personally am not a huge fan of the way that they've done the store for this game. And I think that's part of why the reviews on Steam are so low. I think if they don't make this less predatory, the game is going to struggle. And what sucks is that I think the core of the gameplay is pretty fun. You know, I would rate the game about a 6 out of 10. There are some bugs, and again, the monetization's a really big hit. But the core of the gameplay, I don't know. I mean, I played for 10 hours, and I wasn't really bored at all while playing it, which is a good sign. You know, is it going to hold me for 2 months? Probably not. But it's fun to play for at least a few days or a week. And, you know, to get at least 10 hours of gameplay in a game that's free, I would like to think I should rate it at least a 6, which it's fair. But yeah, very, very expensive if you want everything on this game. And it's going to be up to you to decide if you want to deal with the monetization in this game or not to get to the core of the gameplay. And that's going to be everything that I wanted to talk about for this video. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. And let's go ahead and get into the gameplay I had from stream. Catch you guys next time. Peace. You know, I kind of wish that the stashes were kind of like Dark and Darker, where you have separate stashes for each character and then a shared stash tab at the bottom. Because stash space fills so fast, and it's really hard to separate it for each character. It makes it hard to play different classes because you'd have no space for gear. Kind of annoying, to be honest. Hello? It's a good game. It's a decent game. I would give it like a 6 out of 10. I mean, I'm having fun playing it. It's not perfect, but it's okay. Yeah, I would personally recommend if you still need materials, like for your first upgrades, just buy them off the market, man. It's so much easier. It's so much easier. You can tell if someone's a bot if you look in the top right corner and you see numbers at the end of their name. So, you know, I am not a bot because my name is Firebox. Sergeant Fireman is not a bot. The person I killed was because they have 24 at the end of their name. You cannot play duos. You can only play solos or trios. So if you look at the kill feed, we know that there is at least 3 real players in this lobby. Like 3 that have killed somebody. I would rate the game a 6 out of 10, personally. Oh god, not the goblins again. Hate fighting the goblins. Do I have to fight those? Well, I could go up. I really don't want to fight them. Well, depends on how many there are. I don't know, at this point, it might just be easier to just do it. I really hate fighting. Maybe they'll drop some wood or something. Being generous. Well, I mean, I've gotten 9 hours of fun gameplay out of it. I think that deserves a 6, doesn't it? I paid $0 and got 10 hours of gameplay. I'd say that's like a fair rating. You were looking at Morty's live and he was putting my live on his live? Wait, was he watching my gameplay on his stream? That's funny. How do I do this the easiest way? The path of least resistance is what I'm looking for. This is definitely the path of most resistance at this point. Maybe I gotta go like this way. Yeah, that should work. That should work. I'm guessing to check out the Dungeonborn. Or Dungeonborn. I keep saying Dungeonborn. You guys have talked too much about Dungeonborn today. Now I can't, like, and now I keep saying it. This is your fault. It's all your fault, man. What the heck? Have me talking about a dead game. Unbelievable. Doesn't help that they both have dungeon in their name. That doesn't help very much. They really should make these goblins have a little bit less HP. There's a little bit too many of them for how much they're eating. Like, they tank almost as much as the big mobs do, which is a little bit silly. You know, I would assume that if it's an area with a bunch of one mob, that, you know, it would be adequately balanced. Instead, they're just all bullets. Hopefully this is not a dead end room, is it? It's not. So many people died here. Hi, Witch. Welcome, welcome. What does that say? Portal spawns on Stalker death? I doubt that'll matter, but I guess it could. If we happen to see somebody. I think more likely is I'll be fighting goblins for the next 10 minutes. But we'll see. You know, good thing this guy's sword is so big, because otherwise, I don't know, if I had to fight these one at a time, that would just be tragic. It'd take me so long. Don't encourage him? Oh, my bad, my bad. I didn't mean it, I didn't mean it. My bad. I guess I can't be the enabler here, huh? My bad. You know what I've noticed? Players leave too early. Every time I see players in my lobby, I almost never see them because they take the first blue portal they see, and then they're gone. I don't know if that's because the inventories fill so fast or what, but it's definitely true. People do be leaving real quick. Can you even use a controller on this game? I don't know the answer to that question. I'm not sure if you can use a controller. Why do the portals open instantly? Well, they don't. Not on high roller. They only open instantly on the casual modes. But people will still take portals real early, which is why you don't usually see players like towards the end. Like I'm usually willing to stay to the end, but yeah, very, very rarely do I have other people doing the same. Oh, you dummy. Right on top of the trap. Forgot I have one free space. Yeah, I definitely did. I'll probably never remember. Oh, wait. That is definitely a player. There you go. There's our PvP. Guy running, sprinting towards the portal. There's another one, too. There you go. 2 real player kills. Nice to fight something that's not a bot. Grab is insane. Oh yeah. No, it's pretty nuts for sure. You're not gonna hear me disagreeing with that. For sure. It is kind of crazy. Bots an hour has to go. It is supposed to go. Because I agree with you, it does have to go, but it's still here for the time being. Yeah, the sooner the better. Yeah, we're just waiting for hopefully the update that comes out tonight will remove them from high roller. Because it is kind of annoying seeing them. Gets kind of old after a while. Let me check the other body real quick first. That is a good staff. That is a great looking staff. That might genuinely be worth some money. I don't really know stats very well, but that looks really good. 5 magic damage? Sounds insane. That's gotta be good. If my experience in Dark and Darker has taught me anything. I am pretty damn sure that is Biss. I'm pretty sure. Should be. I don't have room for this stuff. Oh, I keep forgetting about my extra stash. What should I put in my free stash? Let's see. That's a decent necklace. Well, that has all stat, though. Ooh, all stat or 3 damage? They're both kind of good. Drop the search kit. Alright, let's go. GG. I think it's pretty obvious that Dark and Darker is not objectively a better game than this. It's just that we, as in myself and a lot of other people, are very tired of the route that Dark and Darker is going. So even though it might objectively be a better game, it doesn't matter because the game in the current state is not good. So it doesn't matter how good or not it is compared to this game. I just don't want to play Dark and Darker anymore. And that's really all it comes down to.